Hey guys, welcome to week 11. Let's take a look at Pop Quiz 9. Pause it, do the 10 problems as quickly as you possibly can, and unpause it and let's take the answers. Okay, number 1 is going to be 80 times 3, 240. Number 2 is going to be a big number. Make sure you have the exact number. We have 12 times 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. That is a lot of money. That is the much money. Okay. Yeah. All right, number 3 is going to be 8 with 1 0, 80. Number 4 will be 8 times 7,000, 56,000. Number 5 is 60 times 9, or 540. Number 6 is going to be 28, 4 times 7. 93 times 7 will be 651. And of course, 0.93 times 70 will have the same exact numbers in it. Most of 70 will be 65.1 this time. 40% of 9,000 just means 4 times 9, 36, 3,600, of course. 3 times 11 is 33, and then 100, of course, to make that a reasonable thing. Okay, let's take a look at warm-ups. Do these 5. Or you know what? I mean, do one at a time and just check the answer on one at a time, whatever you think is the best. So we'll go ahead and pause it and we'll start. Okay, what is 60%, 8% of 4,000? Again, what you've got to be thinking is this is 68 times 4. That's 272. So 2720 is what you're looking for as an answer. 80% of what number is 420? Here is the setup. 80%, 0.8 of what number is 420? And you simply divide by 0.8, divide by 0.8. And if you do the division, you're going to get x is equal to 525. If you did the fraction equals fraction way, you'd go 80%, 8 over 10. Of what number is 420? You'd go, okay, I'm looking for a number that's bigger than 420. So it has to be on the bottom because this number is bigger on the bottom. So 8 times x is 8x. 420 times 10 is 420 with an extra 0. And if you look at this equation here is basically the same thing as this equation here. 8.8 going into 420 is the same thing, so 525. Number 3, 15% tip on a $42 bill. Half of 42 is 21. 21 plus 42 is 63, $6.30. And make sure you give more than that. It's good service. So number 4, new computer that costs $650 with 9% sales tax. This is your actual problem. Don't make this too complicated. Remember, simplify all this jazz here, okay? So what you're looking at, not this. Don't do this. 1.0. It's too complicated, messed up. Just do 109 times 65 if you need to do it on paper. So here we go doing that. We got 545, and we got 6 times 54. Then 6 times 1, boom. And then we have a 5. We have an 8, we have a 0, and that's a 7, and there you go. $708.50. So price of a $700 bike marked 40% off. Well, if it's 40% off, you're paying 60%. So 700 times 0.6 is the same thing as 70 times 6, or $420. Here we go. Okay, all right. We're going to do trick 13 this week, which is quickly find, which is a fraction of a whole number, an integer. All right, this is neat. This is neat how this works. So here's how you do it. In other words, if somebody says, hey, what's 3/8 of 600? I don't know. You know, you can find anybody out there that says that kind of stuff, you know. So anyway, and strangers don't like it if you ask them those kind of questions because they have to look up from their cell phones for a couple of seconds, and we can't have that in today's society. Okay, so let's do it here. Number 1, the step is multiply by the numerator or divide by the denominator, whichever you think is easier. All right, number 2, do the operation that you didn't do yet. In other words, if you started multiplying, you're finished, go ahead and divide by the denominator. If you started dividing with the denominator, multiply by the numerator when you're finished. That's it. Okay, that's it. By the way, when somebody says to you, 7/5 of, 30 or whatever it is, this on top means you multiply. Bottom means you divide. They didn't really go over that much when I was in school, but that's a handy thing to know. Anything that's on the top, you're multiplying. On the bottom, you're dividing. So all this trick is just taking advantage of that fact. So anyway, okay, let's do it. What is 2/5 of 600? Of course, of means to multiply, all right? So all we're saying is 2/5 times 600. So you can either go, okay, I'm going to multiply 600 by 2, then divide by 5, or I'm going to divide 600 by 5 and then multiply by 2. I think this is easier. 600 divided by 5, I mean, we all know 60 divided by 5 is 12, right? So that's what you're doing. 600 divided by 5 is 120. That's your first operation. Your second operation is whatever's left. 120 times 2, 240. There you go. That's all there is to it. 2/5 of 600. No, you got it. Divide, then multiply. Or multiply, then divide. Sometimes they're both easier. Sometimes you're going to go, ugh, I don't know the answer to that. I'm just going to try this one first. No way, I'm going to do that one first. Okay, let's try another one. Right in the way of, oh, I did it again. Okay, 3/8 of 400. Now, you know, you could go, if you wanted to, you could, okay, in other words, this is 3/8 times 400. Don't forget, of is times. You could go 3 times 400 is 1200. Then you could go 1200 divided by 8. I mean, 120 is not one of those numbers, though, that we've all memorized the times tables, I don't think. I mean, some of us know it, but anyway. But I would forget that, and I would just go, okay, if it's 3/8 times 400, I would just go this part first. 400 divided by 8 is what? 50, right? Now you do 50 times 3, that's 150. Boom, you got it. All right, try another one. 4/7 of 420. Ooh. Okay, but just remember, you're multiplying and dividing. All right, that, of course, looks pretty easy, right? 420 divided by 7 is 60. 60 times 4, 240. That's it. Boom. Okay, another one. 5/6 of 5,400. Oh. Okay, let's don't even write it. What would you do first? Multiply or divide? I divide. Yeah, 5,400 divided by 6, you know what that is, 900, right? So 900 then times the 5 is 4,500. Way easier to do that way than trying to multiply 5 by 54. Has 27,000 divided by 6, and easier to do the other one. Okay. All right. Try this and pause it and see what you get. Do it in your head. Don't try not to do it on paper. Do it in your head. Okay. 200 divided by 5 is what I would do. Although here's the thing. You could do, let's just say you did 3 times 200. That's 600, right? 600 then divided by 5, that's the same thing as 60 divided by 5, 12, with an extra 0, so 120, right? Or you could just go 200 divided by 5 is the same thing as 20 divided by 5, 4, with an extra 0, 40. Then 40 times 3, 120, same thing. Some of them work easily each way. Okay, 8/11 of 5,500, pause it, do it. Okay, obviously 55 divided by 11 is way easier, right? That's going to be 500. Then 500 times the 8 will be 4,000. Okay, all right. That is all for this week except for your practice sheet. So go ahead and go to the link here, homeschoolpartners.net/math tips, and go to where it says the practice sheet. Go ahead and click on that. Print out the actual sheet and the answer key. Hold off on the answer key until you've finished all the problems and see how well you do. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you.